By the mid-1920s, New York had cultivated the itinerant music that we know as jazz. Its bouncy and swingy elements became the heartbeat of the Harlem Renaissance era. As Thomas Dorsey ushered blues into most black Protestant churches, jazz influenced most New Yorkers, which gave New York its signature sound. Today, Pastor Vincent Bohanan has endorsed his musical creativity and embellished the New York sound. His vibrant stage presence is unmatched, which keeps his audience on their feet. Lyrically, he is the Charles Albert Tindley of our time. All of his songs are relatable in every degree. Gospel Diaries figured it best to learn more about Pastor Vincent Bohanan. Welcome to Gospel Diaries. Listen, I'm more than excited to be sharing another episode from my heart to yours, some content from my heart to yours. And listen, I'm in Brookyln, I believe, right?
Yes.
Brookyln, New York, with the famed Pastor Vincent Bohanan. So we got an exciting episode ahead.
Yes, I'm good. You all right?
All right, so if you would you please subscribe to the channel? Like I said before, it's content from my heart to yours. If I'm not mistaken, you grew up in the famed institutional Church of God in Christ under the leadership of Bishop
Carl
William
Sr.
Okay, so I think that's a perfect place to start our dialogue. Let's talk about institutional and your childhood at institutional.
My childhood at institutional, I tell everybody it was something that can never be replaced. I have no regrets at all. It was definitely a movie every Sunday. The whole church was just, my whole 20-something years there, it was just amazing. Just the people that we've met, that have become so close to us, the music, the praise, the worship, the people, the choirs, the children's choir, the radio choir, the expositions. It was amazing. It was just crazy.
So, and I think that this is a great question here because a lot of us have watched from afar the impact of institutional radio choir, but you were raised at the church. So what could you say, or from your perspective, how did the choir wow you being a member of the church?
I think being a member at the church, I didn't even realize that they were who they were because I was there. But it was an amazing time just to watch them every Sunday. And they came in every Sunday, 11 a.m., marched in. But they were just, they knew how to shake the room every Sunday. No matter what they sung, they were going to make sure that the house was going to be in smithereens afterwards. So no one could sing after the way they felt.
Assumption. Where did your enthusiasm for music, where was it birthed? What's the origins?
Oh yeah, it's birthed right there. Yeah.
Well, who are some of those key figures?
Bishop J.C. White, Bishop Carl Jr., so many, James Hall, Melvin Crispell, all of those that were at the church at one time. Those people I watched them play, I watched them sing, and through that I was able to really get everything that I needed from them, and this is who I am today.
Could you envision yourself now today, like what you're doing today, traveling abroad, the choir, recording artists? I mean, was that part of the makeup that you?
No, so I didn't know that it would go this far. I really didn't know that it would go this far. I think by the time we put out He Reigns, I said, yeah, this is going somewhere else that I didn't even know that we were, really will have that chance to. And so I didn't know. It just really happened that the hand of the Lord has been on us.
Well, I'm so excited that I'm in this era to witness your magnificent gift, the magnificent gift that God has gifted you.
Yeah.
But on that note, we're going to take a short musical intermission, and we'll be right back. The heartbeat of Gospel Diaries is to preserve and celebrate Black excellence. Each episode is loaded with love and care. You can participate in the longevity of Gospel Diaries with your monetary support. Or head over to ericmauriceclark.com. When you have a dream, it's important to write the vision because your obedience blesses others. Listen, I started a magazine, the Gospel Music Gazette, to celebrate Black excellence and to commemorate this beautiful art form that we know of as gospel music. We have a combo bundle available for you. If you secure the bundle, would you do it? It's from my heart to yours. And as I always say, love on someone and you will change your life. About your choir, the choir Sound of Victory. What is the origin of the choir?
The Sound of Victory. So we started in 2014. The first rehearsal we had about probably like 10 to 15 people. By the second rehearsal, we had about 50. By the third, we had about 100. And it just grew and grew and grew. And so we were in this small little church every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We wouldn't really get out until like after 12 because we would be having church, we would be on the floor, having the prayer line. It was like a whole, it was just every week, every Wednesday, they were coming from all over the place. We had people from Connecticut, from PA, from Jersey, from like out of state sometimes. And so it was a great start. We had a strong start. We really, really did. And we never stopped. A lot of the people knew Institutional and me from Institutional, and they knew the young people from Institutional. We had a great young choir at Institutional, CW Youth Choir. That choir, it was pretty known because we were pretty much like the Institutional Radio Choir, but just like a younger version. And so all of the people that joined the choir knew that that's what we were trying to do and stuff, so they wanted to be a part. So I had my own choir from that.
And you actually recorded with them too, right?
Yes, we have one single with them called Heaven. I was also writing for the church at that time. And so I said, I think that we should do a project, We never did a whole album, but we did have that one song. So we started with Only God, then we went to He Reigns, then we Win. From We Win, we went to Road to 5 EP. The reason why that was an EP because the other half of the album, I don't know, it was just a whole long thing. That was actually a whole album. It was actually a whole album. But because of everything that happened, we only put out 6 songs. And then from that, right after that, I think we put out Live in Chicago. That's when we went to Chicago. We brought everybody to Chicago. And that's when we put out the full album for Live in Chicago.
And you know what's amazing is that before I knew who Vincent Bohanan was, I knew his music. I just didn't know the name.
Really?
You know, because everybody singing He Reign, you know, and all that good stuff. So I think it's the perfect segue to talk about your penmanship.
A church that only did original songs. We didn't sing anybody else's songs. That was like a crime. We wouldn't sing anybody else's songs. If we did anybody else's songs, we were probably gonna be like, what is this? And why are we singing it? So we get that from there. So J.C. White wrote all of his songs, Butch wrote all of his songs, and then it was me. And then, so I get that same spirit from the house. And so I've been blessed to write all of my songs. And a key to what I do when I write my songs, I just can't like write a song or whatever, but it actually has to like come to me. But I try to incorporate everything so it can reach the older people, the younger people, the people right in the middle. I try to put everything into that one song. And if it's going to be the lyrics or if it's going to be the intro, I gotta grab everybody at some point and then bring everybody in by the time we get to the drive of the song. And then everyone is just all together as one.
Hezekiah Walker, so how did that opportunity arise?
So Bishop Hezekiah Walker has been in my life my entire life. He was really close with my parents as well. And so he would too come down to the church and all of that way before me. And so that's how they became real close and stuff. And then by the time we had the choir, a lot of people say that we were kind of like a replica of him and his choir. And so I think from that, he saw that and he said, you know, I would love to help out. And he's been a great help to everything that we do today. And, you know, joined Hez House after we did Live in Chicago, but we put Live in Chicago under Hez House. Yeah, and then from there, we just been going.
Okay. Now let's talk about your European travels. How did you get hooked up?
I have no clue. That's another thing. It just always happens somehow, some way. So one year after my mom passed, a few months later, I got an email saying that they wanted us to come to Europe. And so I think we brought probably like 12, 15 people. So that was our first time actually overseas. It was a great experience. And from every year since that time, we travel to Europe. They are jumping up and down. They're trying to shop with us. And so they may not really understand what's actually happening, but they definitely feel something. And that is the Holy Spirit. And so it's a great experience though, just to travel and see the world. This time around we went to Switzerland and we went to Rome and we went to Italy and all these other places. It was a great time this last time that we
did Nate went. Martin? And he substituted. He was a substitute for you last.
Yeah, so he went on the tour that we usually do. I had another opportunity with another promoter. And so we went with them. And so I said, I would love to bless someone else to go. And I said that they would be an awesome choice. They're wonderful, they're young. And I said, yeah, I think that would be really, really great for them.
Hi, what up, Gospel Diaries? Listen, man, I thought that I would do something different. So I'm still with Pastor Vincent Bohanan, and we are on our way to Bohanan. Thank you so much, Bohanan. And we're on our way to Bridgeport, right?
Yeah.
And
Connecticut.
to sit with Sister First Lady, the songstress herself, Sister Gloria White. So I thought that I would document some of this and get to know Pastor Vincent Bohanan a bit more. All right, so Pastor, tell me some experiences that about with the choir. Tell me some good experience. Share some good experience.
Well, I guess with a choir you have the good, and then you have the really bad. You have the ups. You have the lows. But I would say overall during these last 9 years, moving to 10 years, we're celebrating our 10th anniversary next year. I've had a lot of great times. We've met so many people. When I really have it in my mind, I said, you know, we had like over 200, 300 people in the choir. If we all came back together, it would be so many people in the choir. It would be crazy.
You take your band with you when you travel?
Yeah, so we brought Andrew, Sean, and no, we didn't bring Sean this time. Andrew, Flash, and Kenny. We brought them this time, so that was great too.
Yeah.
Got from my band.
Now, do any of your musicians write? Do you use any of their material? Or have you pressured them?
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think they write.
Okay.
I don't think they've ever told me that they write. I think Andrew writes some songs, but yeah, I don't think they were like write, you know. On a
So when it comes
basis.
to a musician, like what qualities did you see in the ones that you have present?
So these musicians, this is the longest we've ever been together as like one band. So they've been with me for quite some time now. Me and Sean, we have this great connection in church where he knows exactly what I want. He knows what to play. He knows when to play it. And Drew, Flash, Kenny, they are pretty much like the same way as well. And that connection came through us hanging out outside of church, talking all day long on the phone. You know, all of that stuff really brought us into this tight knit that we have now. And so I thank God for them because we came a long way. And they really have a way of enhancing everything that I bring to the table. You know, so it's a blessing. It really is. It's a blessing to have them.
So when you introduce a song, well, you teach a song. You teach the song, and you give the musicians.
So I play it first, and then pretty much they take it and they.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
You
But
trust them? Well,
yeah, I do.
Okay.
Because they know not to change it too much. You know, they know not to really put anything that I'm probably not going to like in it. So, but pretty much everything that you hear is pretty much what I play, but they have a way of just kind of like enhancing it even more.
From whistles and bells.
Whistles and bells and the tricks and the turns and all that other stuff. When I think of harmony, I think of the Edwin Hawkins singers, where they had 4 and 5 and 6 part harmony. If you hear, what's my favorite song from them? I heard a voice of Jesus saying, "Come unto me." They have so many different parts, and it just brings out the beauty of the entire song. And so harmony is really, really important. And I know in 2023, everything is pretty much like one note, unison, you know, throughout the entire song, just so everyone can then sing together and all that other stuff, which is also effective as well. But there's nothing like harmony. Say and how to say it, but
You
it's
ain't throwing
also
no shoes, are you?
no. I don't do all that. It's either you know how to sing or you don't.
Period.
And if you don't know how to sing, just don't join the choir. You know.
Chicago, like that was a brave move.
That was
you know,
our
I would
5th
say.
anniversary. That was our 5th anniversary live recording.
And it was, I mean, Chicago came out. They
Yes,
was
so
excited too.
Chicago has always been great supporters of me. Every time I go there, they're always supporting. And I said, well, let's go to Chicago now. So we chartered like a whole plane from Brookyln.
I used a plane.
Yeah,
Lord, have mercy.
there was so many choir members on the plane. And then we had the church, and we had the other people come and all this other stuff. So they were all on the same flight. We went to Chicago. It was like below zero. It was crazy. It was really, really cold that weekend. And then it was a blizzard that night. It was a whole blizzard that night. The snow and the wind and this and that. Let me tell you, those people waited online.
Was you
With their
kind of nervous when you saw the weather conditions?
Yeah, I was, because I was just like, okay, yeah, I guess nobody's gonna really come. But I was just like, whatever. If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't.
Man, listen, Chicago come out in weather. I'm gonna give a plug to Dexter Walker. Dexter Walker, Dexter Walker. There was a bad snowstorm at his recording, and that place was packed.
The last one that they just did?
The first one.
Okay, the first one. Oh, okay.
Tim White, shout out to Tim White. Tim White, I kid you not, the day of his recording, man, they had advised no one to go outside. That place was packed. And then on the return, on his CD release, the same weather condition happened in the packed place. Chicago don't care.
Yeah, they came out. Let me tell you, they came with their tambourines and washboards and all that other stuff.
Y'all got washboards out here?
Yeah.
Really?
We used to play them at the church, institutional.
Was there any faces that you saw? You was like, oh my God, they can't. Like,
DeAndre Patterson was there. Yeah, we are close. We're like, who else was there? There were so many people there. James Hall. Dexter Walker actually sang.
Sang?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
Yep, so they brought the choir.
Zion Movement.
Zion Movement. They sang that night, and I think Nate Martin also sang that night. I think it was that recording.
Speaking of Nate Martin, I remember you emceed this recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
Golly, how do you feel to see Nate in action? Because honestly, I would honestly say that I think that you inspire him, because a lot of his delivery is really similar to yours.
Yeah, he's an awesome. I think the first time that I saw the group was at Greater Harvest. I said, these people are really good. They're really, really good. I really enjoy them. And from there, I could tell, like, yeah, they're going to be great. They're going to be really, really good.
All right, Gospel Diaries, peace. When you have a dream, it's important to write the vision, because your obedience blesses others. Listen, I started a magazine, the Gospel Music Gazette, to celebrate Black excellence and to commemorate this beautiful art form that we know of as gospel music. We have a combo bundle available for you. If you secure the bundle, what you do is from my heart to yours. And as I always say, love on someone and you will change your life.